I heard it. Yes, come to my town. Sing the blues. Good morning, evening, or afternoon, depending on what part of the globe you're on and what time zone you're in. I'm your host, Skeptically Speaking.
And I'm your co-host, Sweet Pea from across the pond.
What a show we have for you. Yes, if you want more independent media in your life, please consider supporting the show. Cash App, Venmo, or become a patron subscriber. We would love to have you. Links are down in the description. And YouTube is not the only back alley you can find us. You can also find us in even lowlier places. TikTok, Blue Sky, Discord, Instagram, Threads, Facebook, Kick, Rumble, Twitch, Twitter, Substack, and most recently, Upscroll, also affectionately known as Up Yours TikTok. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you, Skeptic?
I am not sufficiently sloshed yet, but I'm getting there. I'm going to be as coherent as a Russian billionaire pretty soon. Yeah.
I'm going to need a translator then.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're going to need a dumb fuck translator. Yeah, so, it has been a while, has it not? It's been a quick minute since we've actually discussed the goings-on in the Russian-Ukrainian war, which is actually, if we're being honest, it is literally the illegal war of aggression. And I just think that not enough attention is spent on it because basically we're seeing everything anything you can do wrong, Russia is doing it. I mean, they're literally sending old decrepit junk from like World War II and the Cold War, literally sending all of that to the front lines. And I don't know, what are they hoping to do? It makes no sense. But we're going to have to get more feedback as far as... what's interesting? Since the ridiculous illegal Iranian strikes that the United States and Israel has put upon Iran, it's kind of sucked all the energy out of the room. It's like we don't even hear what's going on. It's like you have to go digging for the news to find out what are the latest, what's happening. It's like the Democrats we cannot win the government back fast enough. Because once we do that, we're going to have to, well, you know what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to make up for lost time now, won't we? The question is it possible to truly make up for lost time? I don't know. A lot of lives have been lost between the 2024 election and today. It's been a long 2.5 years. I'm losing track of time. 1.5 years, not 2 years. Time is just dragging. But, this is what happens when you let skull fucks run your government. Yeah, this is what happens when you decide, yeah, let's try another Trump presidency. Yeah, the first one wasn't big and bad enough, right? So, in 2040, is that what they're saying?
Yeah, the Russian-Ukrainian war began in February 2014 and is
Well,
ongoing.
the major. Oof, it's really thundering and lightning outside. The major push came well after 2014. The push towards Kiev started 2019, I think, 2020.
Ah, that's okay. And just in case, because you're my partner in crime, I will also be your thunder buddy if you need me. Okay?
Well, oof, that was pretty. That was pretty loud. Anyway, that's okay. Let's
Yeah,
get
it
into
was.
the meat of the show. Let's go. Let's go for it. So, Vladimir Putin has sunk literally billions, billions of rubles into the war effort. He is literally, I mean, they have literally robbed different city states. I really don't know how to describe this because their government is so fucked up. They have like different provinces that they got these head honchos that run it, and they've literally stolen money from all of these towns and provinces just to send to the war effort. Money that was allocated towards the Russian people. And the Russian people are going without. They're like, look, we barely have enough money for potatoes. We can't even buy the staple vegetable of this country. We can't even afford that. So, Alexander Shohin, or whatever the fuck, chairman of Russia's main business lobby, told reporters after the 27 March meeting that Vladimir Putin had discussed artificial intelligence regulation, the platform economy, and his assessment of the Middle East crisis, blah, 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 blah. What Shohin did not mention, Putin had asked the country's most powerful oligarchs to make voluntary contributions to fund the war in Ukraine. The Bell's Irina Malkova reported on the 27th of March. Two sources familiar with the meeting's contents. The Bell is designated a foreign agent by Russian authorities, a label Moscow applies routinely to independent outlets. Russia's official defense spending hit 15.5 trillion rubles, which is approximately 190 billion. That is how devalued the Russian ruble is. 190 billion in 2025. And the government is separately weighing a 10% cut to all non-defense budget lines. For the first time since the full-scale invasion began, the Kremlin appears to be supplementing war financing with private capital that it is asking, not commanding, its billionaires to provide. Let's find out what was pledged. Billionaire Suleiman Kerimov committed 100 billion rubles, that's about 1.2 billion, at the meeting. Two sources confirmed to the Bell. Metals magnate Oleg Deripaska also agreed to contribute when asked by Putin. At least one other major businessman expressed support without disclosing an amount, the Bell reported. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov disputed the framing. The initiative was not his. One business had simply offered a large donation of his own accord. It was his family's decision. Yeah, basically the decision is you have a choice. You can either be thrown out of a window or we'll poison you with can't even think of the polonium or whatever the fuck they call it. I can't even think of it now.
Arsenic?
Polonium? No, polonium, some kind of a radioactive substance they put in their tea. They're known. That's what they gave Vladimir. Oh, I can't think of his name. Mm-mm-mm-mm. The guy that was challenging Vladimir Putin.
I know who you're talking about. I'm
Yeah.
looking.
Yeah, polonium, I think, is the word. If I'm not, please correct me. One of the Putin's closest allies sent Putin a letter proposing the contribution scheme with military bonds as the financing mechanism. By the time oligarchs sat down with the president on the 27th, Sechen's proposal was already in place. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, he did poison Alexa Naval. I can't pronounce his last name. Using a dart laced with poison frog toxin.
That was the last time.
And
I'm talking about the first time.
Yeah. Oh, the first time.
Anyway, let's continue with the article here. Defense is 29% of the Russia's budget for 2026. Security 9%, social policy 16%, healthcare 4%, education 4%, housing 5%, and then 33% whichever. Now, polonium, that okay. I thought so yeah. This is how Putin told the gathering Russia would press on until it captured the remaining parts of Donbass, not yet under its control, two sources paraphrase to the Bell. We will fight. We will go to the borders of Donbass. Russia illegally annexed both oblasts in 2022, but was never fully controlled. Well, that just tells you
what it is.
Go ahead.
I'm going to be rude and interrupt you. Polonium is basically a sort of what do you call it? A decaying version of uranium. I wonder what Trump wants to do with all that uranium.
So this just gets more and more interesting. So we see Russia they don't care about their own people. They're not investing in their own people. They're on the back burner. I don't even think you're even on the burner at this point. That just tells you how human life is valued, even in the Russian system. Russia's 2026 federal budget already dedicates 38% of its spending to defense and security, the highest share since the Soviet era, while healthcare, education, and housing combined receive 13%. Yeah. So fundraisers came at a moment when Russia's finances were strained on one side, unexpectedly flush on the other. In January, Urals crude had slid to $53 a barrel, well below the $59 Moscow needed to balance its war budget without emergency reserves. By the time Putin sat down with oligarchs in March 26th, Urals was trading above 90 after a U.S.-Israel strike on Iran sent prices soaring. How long the windfall lasts depends on whether Washington relief outlasts the quarter, whether further easing follows. The Kremlin is already pushing for more. Isn't that great? Our illegal bombardment of Iran is literally benefiting Russia by driving up the price of oil. Isn't that nice? I tell you, we are run by the smartest and the brightest. I bar none. I got nothing.
I do have a bit of good news for you.
Uh-huh.
So, you know Putin's puppet, Putin's European puppet, Victor, has lost. The Hungary people have decided to vote against fascism. Putin has lost.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing
yeah.
We're gonna be doing a whole show on that. Absolutely. So the illegal war of aggression against Ukraine is going so splendidly, the oligarchs will have to dip into their own pockets to keep the war machine creeping and limping along. Yeah, billionaires just might bankrupt themselves funding a war Russia will never win. Excellent. Excellent. Who funds... Oh, by the way, this is one of these twerps. This motherfucker is donating a huge fucking chum of change. And I gotta say, all that money and he still looks like shit. Just look at those nasty fingers. I don't know if you could see that, but it looks like he's a leper. It's just gross. I don't know, he's got these compression gloves on. He's got bad circulation or something. What the fuck?
And next on How to Catch a Predator, we welcome this gentleman.
Have a seat. Ugh. That's just gross. I can't even look at that anymore. Shall we press on? Who funds Putin's war? Inside Russia's oligarch wealth. Yeah, so... these oligarchs have been getting away with financial murder for a very, very long time. So now it's come time to pay the piper. As Russia's war in Ukraine stretches into another year, the cost is no longer just military, it's financial. With defense spending rising and revenues under pressure, a critical question is emerging. Who is actually funding the Russian economy? Wouldn't it be awesome if these billionaires were putting money into the economy that would benefit the Russian people? You know? Instead, they're literally throwing it out the window, letting it blow with the wind, because that's what's happening. It's going right into the war effort. The answer lies with a small group of billionaires. Russian oligarchs who control much of the country's oil, metals, and industrial base are now being drawn more directly into supporting state finances, according to reporting from the Financial Times and Reuters. This reveals something deeper. Russia's economy is not purely state-run. It is sustained by a concentrated network of private wealth that can be mobilized when the system is under strain. Well, that's nice. And to be... now, let me be very clear. I don't give a five-fingered Kentucky Fried fuck about the Russian people. These people have... They are so fucking unhinged. The last time they were polled, they were very much in favor of Vladimir Putin's actions in Ukraine. They were very much in favor of the military actions, the war crimes that were committed in their name. So, no, I do not feel sorry for these people. I hope they lose everything. And for those poor Ukrainian kids that were shoved into a garbage bag and dumped in a shallow grave, fuck those people. I will not shed a fucking tear for these psychopaths and sociopaths. And you want to know how sick and twisted and demented these people are? We have recordings of conversations between a soldier and his wife back home because they can't afford basic encryption. So basically, Ukraine is able to listen in on these conversations, and the wife is telling him, the soldier, hey, when you go into these towns, make sure you pick me up a washer, dryer, and a couple of other parts for machinery so we can repair what we've got at home, because their infrastructure is so dilapidated. And so then he goes into a description of raping Ukrainian women, and the wife responds, "Oh, just don't get an STD." That was her response to that. These people are sick, twisted, and I have no sympathy for them at all. So anyway, that's about all the sympathy I have for these people. So Russia's economy is heavily controlled by oligarchs. Private billionaire wealth is increasing, supporting state finances. Energy and commodities remain the core funding energy, blah, blah, blah. Sanctions have reduced global access, but not domestic control. So that means we're not imposing enough sanctions on this country. Who are the Russian oligarchs? Well, I just already showed you. I'm not going to read their names. These people are just nasty. These people are worth billions of dollars. Psychopaths. Sociopaths. And this is what we're going to get in this country if we don't wake the fuck up. A billionaire-controlled America. That is the end goal. Now, Reuters.
Do you want to
let me read your fucking articles? Well, I guess I won't read them. I'll go to the BBC.
Let me rudely interrupt you. With some funny news. So, good news is Ukraine has taken some of the most dangerous areas of the front line back from Russian soldiers, and how they done it was deployed an army of robots to forcibly make Russian soldiers give up.
Robots?
Yes, robots. An
Marching
army of
robots, not drones.
No, marching robots.
Okay. Could you send me that article?
Yes, and it wasn't just
Interesting.
It wasn't just unmanned robots, it was drones as well. I will send you that article.
Yep, I'm going to... Oh, good. I didn't... Yeah, I'm not going to share the Reuters article. You're going to charge me to read your fucking... Nah. Go to hell. BBC, here we go. And... let's go ahead. Let's see what we've got. I think we've got enough time for frivolity. If this will let me in, this better not be a... Oh, independent. Okay. It's good. Ukraine-Russia war latest. Putin's forces surrendered to army robots in battlefield first, Zelensky says. Ukrainian robots deployed into most dangerous areas. Well, that'll keep people from deserting the army, I think. Wow. Ukraine says its forces have retaken territory in an operation using unmanned robots and drones. Okay, the first time this has happened in the course of the war. What's the date of this article? Today.
14th of April, 2026.
All right.
Is it April or is it today?
That's today.
What am I talking about? I'm dizzy. It's the 14th of April today. I apologize to our viewers. I am in a state of duress with everything that is going on. I no longer know what time or century we are living in any longer or what planet are we on. And we have the orange baby hand pedophilic fuck to thank for that.
You had me questioning my own reality. I'm like, am I here?
I'm questioning my own reality every second of the day.
Is it now? Anyway. Let's see. Vladimir Zelensky said Russian soldiers surrendered when confronted by army robots after an advance carried out without infantry and without losses on our side. For the first time in history of this war, an enemy position was taken exclusively by unmanned platforms, ground systems, and drones. Can someone get me some video footage of that? Zelensky said Ukraine has carried out 22,000 missions using unmanned systems in the past 3 months, saving potentially thousands of lives. This is about high technology protecting the highest value, human life. Well, that's, you won't hear Vladimir Putin say that. Earlier, Hungary's incoming Prime Minister, Peter Magyar, indicated, I don't know how to pronounce his name, indicated that he would end Budapest's refusal to allow EU to loan $90 billion to Ukraine. God damn. I forgot all about Viktor Orban, blocking the EU from sending $90 billion in aid to Ukraine. And I believe the majority of this money is taken from seized Russian assets. So this is not taxpayer money. So yeah, that's interesting. That's all right. Let's get that money to Ukraine as fast as we can. Been a long time coming. Let me see. Do I have that article? Oh, no, I don't. Okay. Let me copy. All right. So all of these articles that we talked about, except for Reuters, fuck you, Reuters. Everybody else is going to be included in the show notes. So please read those articles at your leisure. And that includes the Independent. Let me go ahead and remove the hyperlink. You sent it. Let's queue it up. Let's see what we're looking at.
I deployed the robots.
I'm not going to be able to show this. Oh. Okay.
Listen, it was either a 2-minute video or a 30-minute video.
Clip. Well, so what I'll do is I will show pictures, screenshots. I can do that much. Because I'm kind.
So Ukrainians killer robots look like mini control cars. That's quite cool. Are they equipped? Do you think they're equipped with guns? They've got to be equipped.
Oh no,
with
that
guns.
is a gun. That is turret. That's a turret on there. Oh yeah. Oh shit. Okay, that's number one.
Now, why was I expecting the robots in Ukraine to look like Terminator? I am a little disappointed, if I'm being honest.
I thought that was the first thing I thought of. Not gonna lie. I thought for sure, marching robots with
Terminators.
Guns. Yeah, well, not quite that, but that we have a capability. You would just have to remote control them. Okay.
Yeah, but I was still imagining like Terminator type things with like dark black glasses on, with their guns, walking in to like the war zone to capture the Russians.
Let's see what else they got. Here's another one. It's very small. Russia surrenders to armed robots.
No. We're not going to disparage it because it's small. It is mighty. It may be small, but it is mighty.
Yeah, I don't believe they're unmanned. Oh, look at that. Woo. Look at that motherfucker move in the snow.
I gotta say, those robots are very impressive.
Holy shit. Give me a second. Yo! Okay, this is like a child's tank. Here, I'll take another picture of this. Oh, well, good luck. I mean, Ukraine is going to bomb it. Yeah, and Ukraine is going to blast that thing to Kingdom Come.
Yeah,
here's another one. Take a look at that shit.
Their 11 Charlie doesn't compare to the robots that Ukraine has deployed.
That is wild, man. Let's see what else they got. Well, we were looking for an update. We got it. Woo!
I just have one question.
Man, they're just multiple different sizes. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a video clip and you can see what I'm seeing. Oop.
I just have one question. Can I pet that dog?
Can I pet that dog? Can I pet that dog?
Sorry, I have to.
Wow. Good luck with that. Here we go. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. Look how that thing spins on a dime, man. It's smooth. For a thrown together battle implement, it's not, how do I say?
Or even if they weren't going to put the Terminator out in the battlefield, I was at least expecting something like Johnny 5 out there.
Oh, come on.
Johnny 5 would kick those Russians' asses.
Yeah, well, there you go, guys. Boom. taking down names and kicking ass. That's it. Let's see. Any more of this article? Yeah, so they're going to release the 90 billion. Thank fuck. Yeah. So these are not, they can't fully, these robots are not going to fully replace people. That's impossible because eventually you're going to need people to hold territory. That is amazing.
I told you it was.
Whew. Well, hey, I wanted an update, and there it is. I got it.
Yeah, exactly. You ask, and I shall give it to you if I'm able to. Updates, obviously.
Yes, whip it. Anyway, so that's that.
As long as you whip it good.
Hey, I had a great time before the show. I was able to listen to a little bit of Devo, B-52s, REM, the Talking Heads. Hey, it was great. As I was prepping for this show, anyway. Let's change. See, there really isn't a perfect time. I've been kind of sitting on this story for, now it's gone on 5 days. Do you know, if I were to say the name, the actress Olivia Munn, would you understand who that is?
I don't know her name. I might know her face.
Yeah. Apparently, a male co-star refused to film a scene because it was depicting him getting saved by a woman. I will repeat that again. A male co-star refused to film a scene because it depicted his character, not him, his character being saved by a woman. This is I don't watch the Drew Barrymore show, but this is her testimony to that effect on the Drew Barrymore show. She says, and I quote, "There have been a few times where I've been filming something and my character was either like CIA or a cop, and there have been scenes where my character was been the one to save the other character. And in a specific instance, the Your Friends and Neighbors star said they were filming a gunfight scene in an underground bunker. If you read the script, it was that he was guarding his side, I was guarding my side. When we switched sides, and then there's a guy that was coming for him, was going to shoot him in the back, so I shoot him. And then we're about to shoot, and somehow I guess he didn't read the script, and in that moment he realized, oh, wait, hold on. She can't save me. No, she can't save me. Because evidently that would make him look weak. You know what I say to that? Get fucked. Get off the set. You are no longer welcome. That's when her co-star paused production and even got combative with the director over the scene. When reflecting on the incident and his behavior, she added, "There was no insecurity about being obnoxious and everyone hearing this and being like, 'She can't save me, we're not doing this.'" After nearly an hour of back and forth, the X-Men Apocalypse actress decided to interject with an idea. Finally,
I got an idea.
Go ahead.
Maybe he needs to stop being such a frail snowflake. I can think of worse things than being saved by a beautiful woman. Like, who doesn't want to get saved by a beautiful woman besides a toxic snowflake?
This is how stupid this person is. This is the idea that she came up with. Listen carefully. Finally, after like 45 minutes of just nothing happening, I said, look, okay, how about instead of my character saving you, it's just that we switch sides because it's time for us to switch. And so this is my guy to get. And he was like, oh, okay. However, Munn admitted to the host, Drew Barrymore's audience, drawing laughter and cheers from them. Now, here's the interesting thing. Nothing changed. It's just what he thought. I was doing the exact same thing written in the script. This is how dumb men are. I hope he comes across this art. He probably doesn't read because obviously he didn't read the script. And it didn't dawn on him, oh, I'm going to be saved by a woman? No, I'm the hero. I'm always the hero. I can't be saved. I do the saving. He couldn't even save his own fucking... He couldn't even save face. He looked like a fucking idiot. The actress had previously opened up about other negative experiences she's had with men in Hollywood. Last year, Munn recalled visiting a newsroom director, giving her bad notes, which she didn't take, and she later found out that he badmouthed her to keep her from getting another job. She still booked the role. Can you imagine that? Passing bad notes for her to do in a film. This is the director of Newsroom. You know.
What, they in high school?
Yeah, I guess so. Which she didn't take, and she later found out that he badmouthed her. Men screwing up Hollywood yet again. Jeff Daniels was in the star role of Newsroom. He's the one who had that long-ass speech about how America isn't great anymore. And it used to be. Remember that? I don't know if you... It was a clip that was making the rounds. It was a clip from a question and answer session. And basically he told... It was like 5 minutes of honesty of how bad America is, ranking in education, in healthcare, health expectancies, life expectancies, length of life, whatever the fuck. And yeah, that is the director from that show. So basically she says it's playing the game a bit more, and I should be able to speak up for myself, and I should be able to draw the line, but we cannot. I can't change the world, and I can't change how women have been portrayed and received for however long we've been on Earth. So I've realized that I'm going to handle this situation in a way that is going to be the best outcome for me. Munn added, I used to see so many other actors do it, and I'd think, why are you not taking the note? I can't believe you're being so indignant. Then I realized it's a way to protect your art and your choices with a character. I hope I've helped more actresses learn this. Wow. Oh, and speaking of which, men, of course, are ganging up on Aubrey Plaza because she got married again and had a child. Her first husband died. So she ends up with someone else and is expecting her first child. And everyone, I don't know, people are just losing their fucking mind.
Well, one, she's a consenting adult, so if she gets in a relationship with another consenting adult, it is nobody else's business. And what do they expect her to do? Stay by herself and be lonely?
Yeah.
I'm truly
That's what
happy
these-
for her that she's found love again. I'm truly happy for her that she's found love again, and I'm truly happy for her that she's got a child. You know, congratulations to her. You know, I wish her the best of luck. She deserves to be happy, and everyone else that's thinking that she should be lonely and unhappy, I hope karma bites them on the ass. Leave her alone. She ain't doing nothing. You know, consenting adults are allowed to do what they please with other consenting adults.
I mean,
Mind
can you
your
imagine?
business.
I mean, her first husband, if he could come back to say anything, do you think he'd want her by herself?
No.
No.
I honestly don't.
Fuck
He'd
no.
want her to be happy.
Jesus fucking Christ. Here's another example of toxic masculinity. This is from the LGBTQ nation. A trans person, a trans woman, a good Samaritan tried to help a drunk guy at a bar. Then the friend shows up and violently attacks her. A man allegedly attacked Lilith Barraza Garcia, a 22-year-old transgender woman, and her friend outside of Rumor's Cabaret Bar. A cabaret bar, an LGBTQ plus bar in Bellingham, Washington, on Sunday, March 22nd, as Garcia and her friends tried to help an intoxicated man who was slumped over. You know, she had gotten the intoxicated man a bottle of water and was checking on him when his friend, someone she had seen at the bar several times before, confronted her and told her she had great breasts for a man. Oh, that's how it started. Then he continued to insult her. Garcia began arguing with the man. He eventually pushed and punched her in the chest and face, breaking her glasses. The man thanked me, but then started hurling transphobic comments at me. He then hit and punched me, pushed me and my friend, eventually shoved me to the ground while saying hateful slurs during the assault. Was this the drunk guy? Or just the friend? I was told he was part of the Navy, and at first I was a little bit shocked, but then I was like, oh, that makes sense and why he was so strong, because then he hit me. I did go unconscious for like 2 seconds, and now I understand what people mean now by seeing stars. The assault left her with a black eye, cut on her face, and a swollen jaw, which has made it difficult to eat with pain and bleeding. I hope she sues the motherfuck out of this asshole, and I hope he gets kicked out of the military. The attack also left a bruise on her chest, which she is now concerned about since she had breast augmentation surgery less than a year ago. Now I'm dealing with PTSD from the incident. This is not the first time I've been attacked by a man. I'm anxious to leave my house alone. This is why women do not want to help men, even when they are in dire straits. She notified the police, and the man is now facing felony anti-LGBTQ plus hate crime laws, or hate crime charges. And her GoFundMe is in the article. I'm going to include a link to the article. It doesn't give a link to her GoFundMe. I don't see it. Oh, there's a link to her GoFundMe. Okay, so there's a link in the article. Here, let me see what I can do first. If I can open it, I will put it in the comments. Yeah, men are going to be left to themselves, and they're going to have to eke out their own existence. This is how you treat women? I guarantee you, motherfucker, This is how you treat what you would consider biological women, right? I hope he loses his position in the military. I hope they kick his ass out. All right, now let me go to her GoFundMe. My God. Beating up on her just because, oh, she's raised $9,000 and she's 93% of the way. Bravo. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Copy. Okay. There's the link. Copy hyperlink. Paste that. Enter. Remove. Good. Okay, there it is. It's going to be in the show notes. So please, if you can, as much as I would greedily want you to give the money to the show, I would much rather you, if you did decide to help support the show, give it to this fundraiser. GoFundMe. Because $10,000, I mean, it sounds like a lot, but it really isn't. Especially when you're facing loss. I wonder what she was doing for work. He was literally sitting slumped over on the curb. Unfucking believable. He was slumped over on the curb. She helps him up, tries to get him some water, and then first he thanks her, and then realizes, oh, it's a trans woman, and then starts just being an absolute asshole. You know what? Next time, leave him on the curb. Let him get run over. Fuck me. I wish we could... Where's the picture of this guy? I'd like to see what he looks like. Where is his mug shot? Fuck this guy. Weak ass motherfucker. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. Here's some good news. Zendaya, the actress, reveals when she fell for Tom Holland. I knew that this was my person. Okay, first, let's see what we got here. What is this link?
All right, so this is for my friends Artemis and Storm. Artemis' son is in hospice care. I don't know to say long-term hospice care. He's between jobs at the moment, and that is a link to his TikTok. And I was just wondering if anybody could donate or share, the links just to get them out there, just to raise some money, just to help make his son's life comfortable while he's, just to help Artemis out. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name correctly. Really.
Okay.
Yeah, I know it's like last minute notice, but poor sweet little angel, I'm just, I'm so heartbroken this is happening to them, you know?
All right. Back to the article. Zendaya has fielded countless questions amid her ongoing promotional tour for her newest movie, The Drama, not least of all but the rumor she secretly married her fiancé, Tom Holland. While she didn't confirm this during her latest interview, Zendaya did review how she fell for him. The Euphoria star vividly detailed the moment during an episode published, blah, 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 Modern Love. Her drama co-star Robert Pattinson had just finished arguing there's often fear involved during breakups or an initial attraction. Okay. I think sometimes, at least in my personal experience, I found that, sometimes people can get kind of nervous around people, but there's a certain feeling that I was able to experience when I knew this is my person, because I didn't. I don't feel nervous around them. I feel really peaceful and really calm, and I feel like, oh, I actually feel more nervous when I'm away from you than when I'm with you. And that's when I was like, that's a good sign. That's me listening to my intuition or body. Continuing, Zendaya and Holland were dating off and on for nearly a decade before getting engaged in 2024. They first met during a chemistry read for Spider-Man Homecoming in 2017, which aptly went on to star Zendaya as the romantic interest of Holland's titular Marvel hero. She said during the podcast that Holland made her feel calm during the audition. When asked how, Zendaya said, just by being a nice person, by making me feel comfortable. I mean, it's like having to do a chemistry read for a big movie like that is, you really want the job and all these kinds of things. And yeah, he was really lovely then. Whether she and Holland have already tied the knot, as her longtime stylist and friend claimed earlier this month, remains unconfirmed. Zendaya did note on the podcast, however, she does try to share her life with fans, but also keeps some things to herself. I just feel like for me, there is the level of parasocial investment in my personal relationships. I do know that I'm a public person, and so is he, and I'm also aware that we've grown up in front of people and we've done movies where we fall in love with each other. So I really do understand that, and I don't want to dismiss that, like stay out of my business or whatever. But in a lot of ways, I also am a very private person. I try my best to be able to have things for myself and for him as well. Alrighty then. Listen to your intuition, I guess. I how do I say this? Women, it's sad to say, often sell themselves short because we're seeing the results of men just going right down the fucking shitter, emotionally, even mentally, physically. They think that getting muscle mass is somehow a personality of sorts. I don't know. They think that if they're uber masculine, they'll win the girl because they're it's like they're stuck in this ancient, extinct form of masculinity that is no longer in vogue, no longer wanted, and women are not having it. And so what do? Instead of actually work on themselves and figure out what they're doing wrong, they then blame the women. Oh, it's the women. They're the ones at fault. Blah, 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 blah. And so they just go down the red pill rabbit hole until they're totally black pilled, which means they just viscerally hate women. And they blame all the world's problems. By the way, that's an excellent book to read, Black Pilled. That is a fucking scary read.
Is that available on Amazon?
Oh, it's available anywhere. Black Pilled. Don't ask me the author, but yeah, it's a very scary read. It shows the trajectory. It's about a woman journalist who actually infiltrated these groups, these message boards. Sorry, what? Hmm? Black Pilled the book. Yes, I think that's it. Give me a second.
I cannot pronounce his name, but I think it's Mida Park.
Mm, I think that's it.
Is the book cover with a little red man in the middle of a load of white men and women surrounding him?
L L. No. L. Reeve. Black Pilled by L. Reeve. There it is. Black Pill. How I Witnessed the darkest corners of the internet come to life, poison society, and capture American politics. This is written in
I don't even know. Sorry, I was just going to say, I don't even know how to respond to Amazon at the moment because I literally put in Black Pill by L. Reeve and it come up with Sneaky Snow White.
Here, I'll just send it to you. It'll let me. Okay, here's a link. There it is. Yeah, so award-winning journalist and CNN correspondent L. Reeve was not surprised by the insurrection of the Capitol on January 6th. Yeah, so basically she went down a rabbit hole. Yeah, so what's that? How much is it on Audible?
For me, for Audible, is $33.19. I'm having collections.
Dude, you can get a hardcover for $11.99. I don't know if that's used, but yeah, it's
hardcover $16, nearly 17.
Okay, it's showing. Okay, so for me, it's showing a 60% reduction in price. That's why it's 11.
It's showing me a minus 26%.
How much is it paperback?
$16.56.
Free shipping?
Paperback 14. I'm assuming. Let me see.
Is it Prime?
Let me see. So brand new copy, 1656. And add to cart. Let's see how much delivery. Right, including delivery, it comes to $18.51, including delivery.
Oof. Well, it's $18 on my end. The only difference is they reduced it from that. That's why I see it for 14. Man, usually you get better deals than I do. What the hell is going on?
Nearly $18 for tax.
Goodness. They don't like you on this book. Yeah. Well, anyway. So, with that being said, want to thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for joining the Skeptically Speaking podcast. If you are still on, you haven't tuned out, I want to thank you. Thank you for tuning in, not tuning out. And I want to invite you to allow us to become part of your independent media family, so to speak. So if you like what you heard and would like to hear more of it, we'd love to do this full time and not in our spare time. Please consider supporting the show, Cash App, Venmo, or become a patron subscriber. We would love to have you. Links will be down in the description.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. We thank you for your comments. We really appreciate and love your support. And we will catch you all on the flip side. But have a lovely Taco Tuesday.
And with that, have an awesomely flippin' day.
Persian, Trojan, an insurgent by the author. I don't want to spoil the ending, but you know how it goes. His story blows in the face of history. His manly muscle fit like tree, fueling my insecurity and jealousy. Jealousy, jealousy, how I love you, my Farsi. Jealousy as far as the eye can see. It's just an endless chase of life.